time, he's got his gun, and boy, he's shooting. He shot his horse. Stop for steam. More steam. It's a long train. Here's the best part. And there she goes. Cops, cops, cops.
This looks like a good place. Let's give it a try. Boy, that's really piggish. But it's good.
Now here's Jack Smith, and You Asked For It.
Bob Pounds is like many motorcycle enthusiasts in his sunny hometown of Carmichael, California. And on lazy summer afternoons, Bob's son Mark is often his backseat companion. But Bob has another most unusual riding buddy, Happy, the family's 5-year-old dog. Most of the time, Happy is content with climbing trees and chasing balls. But he can hear the sound of his master's bike from blocks away. And when he does, there's no keeping Happy off. He's nuts about motorcycles.
Okay, Mark, you have to get down now. Happy wants to go for a ride. Come on, Happy, come on, let's go. Come on. There you go.
Mark used to be a little jealous about giving up his seat, but now he enjoys having a celebrity in the family. Happy got his start riding by chance. A trip to the vet was scheduled, but the family cars were unavailable. So Bob thought, why not the bike? And Happy took to it like a duck to water.
I think all dogs would like to ride in open air if they could get the chance. You know, they hang their heads out windows when they go places. But, he enjoyed riding them immediately.
Happy's been riding now for 2 years. And though his style is flashy and looks dangerous, he and Bob have never had a mishap.
The dog is an exceptionally smart dog. It took me about 5 minutes until he was understood that's the way to ride. And then from there on, he knew what to do. He leans into the curves with me as we go into the curves, and he holds on very securely. If a paw should happen to step off of the seat, he just pulls himself back up.
Their only problem is people staring in disbelief. Today is a very special day for Happy. For his national television debut on You Asked For It, Bob is taking him to the local cycle shop for a little sprucing up. A classy rider like Happy should have a bit of flair. And he wears it well.
Now here's Jack Smith, and You Asked For It. Dallas, Texas. 9 objects sighted flying at around 1,000 miles an hour. Calcutta, India. Sky watchers reported a disk with high velocity flying from east to west. New York City. Flying saucers again reported over American cities. Fürstenfeldbruck, Germany. Flying saucers observed over the military airport. Moscow, Russia. Report flying discs. Arabia. Flying discs seen flying with high velocity and disappear.
But reports were mostly from America. From Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, California, other parts of the world, cars were stalled by some electronic force. There were new reports from other parts, India, Germany, Egypt, England, but little information leaked out from behind the Iron Curtain. Many shapes of flying objects have been documented. Here are some of the types described.
The most common is the saucer-like disc, often reported to have a small half-dome top. A few pilots reported seeing rows of glowing ports or windows along the saucer rims. Some showed a long plume of jet flame at the rear. This, of course, suggests a rocket jet. But in other cases, there was no noise and no rear flame. In other words, they fly by means unknown to us. Spherical objects are among the most common. Yet the strangest observations are those of rings and double halos. In some cases, giant saucers of immense proportions. One such giant saucer was sighted at the same time from 2 towns 158 miles apart. Its diameter estimated to be at least 1,000 feet.
Many people still contend that flying saucers are only mirages. Scientists know that mirages do occur if layers of air sandwiched on top of each other have considerably different temperatures. Weather experts call this condition an inversion. Looking against such an inversion, a person on the ground may see a reflection of a remote source of light. This will appear to him as if the radiating object is actually higher in the sky. If the source of light moves, the reflection will appear to move, giving the impression of coming from an object in much higher altitudes. Identical types of mirages may be observed from an airplane flying above an inversion. The reflected light from heavenly bodies can fool the pilot of a plane as it moves along below his ship, apparently at the same speed. Mirages do occur, but how do they explain sightings such as these?
The crew of a plane flying at night saw a cigar-shaped object with brightly colored windows. When the 2 ships passed closely by each other, the reporting crew felt a rocking of their ship. Chains of lights were seen several nights in a row by the people of a Texas town. It was reported they were flying in formation.
Can flying rings and double halos be discounted as nothing but mirages? A Geiger counter on 24-hour watch in the high Sierras for measurement of space radiation indicated an increase 100-fold in the counting rate during the passing of sighted flying saucers. When directly over the station, the radiation increased suddenly, and after the saucers passed, decreased slowly to a normal counting frequency. Some people still insist the flying saucer is a secret weapon of Russia. But would a country dare test fly highly secret aircraft over a foreign territory? Why not better suppose that saucers are the latest addition to the United States Air Force? We can only speculate and wonder. Are flying saucers interplanetary, or are they a result of mass hysteria? Are they a bubble of fantasy that will break? If they are not from this world, we can only conclude that life exists on other planets. There is no direct proof, neither is there proof against it. The mystery of the flying saucer, the greatest mystery of the 20th century, is still without solution.
Now here's Jack Smith, and You Asked For It.
My name is Tommy Romanello. I own this place. I got the silver dollar in change at the bank when I made my morning deposit. Guess I was the first to receive it.
I'm Catherine Rowe. I got the silver dollar when I paid my luncheon check. I kept it the rest of the afternoon and then parted with it when I passed it on to a cab driver.
Jack Draper is the name. My business is driving a cab. When I got the silver dollar, I thought I'd keep it, but the next morning I gave it in change to a fare I took to Hollywood Park Racetrack.
My name is Dick Boyden. I work here. I had the silver dollar about 5 seconds.
Then he gave it to me, Margaret Jones. It was too heavy to carry around, so I passed it on. Ann Ross is the name. I passed the dollar on to my very next customer.
When I got it in change, I bought a program with it. My name is Jimmy Smith.
That silver dollar was coined the year I was born, so I decided to keep it for luck. My name is Barney Marcus. I took it home with me overnight, but next morning I bought gas at this neighborhood station.
This is Tom Hayes. The dollar stayed in my station register about an hour. Then I passed it on to a truck driver.
My friends call me Tiny. My name is John Wills. I carried it all the way down to the beach, to the pier in Santa Monica.
That's where I got the dollar. I took my granddaughter rowing and picked it up in my change. My name is Kenny LaSalle. My business is operating a gym for fighters. Naturally, our dollar found its way there.
I fight in the heavyweight division. My name is Seaman Glass. I'm in a tough business, as you can see. The dollar came into my hands when I paid my gym dues. I spent it here, buying a birthday gift for a friend.
My name is Stanley Posner. I had the silver dollar for a while, then gave it in change to a Santa Monica fireman.
Bill Taylor is the name. When I got the dollar, I contacted the You Asked For It office. They gave me instructions and I followed them.
Yes, in just 3 days, our silver dollar changed hands 21 times and traveled approximately 57 miles. And here it is, right back where it started. There you are, and our thanks to you, Fireman Bill Taylor.
You're welcome, Jack. Glad to cooperate.
Now here's Jack Smith, and You Asked For It.
This is artist Dave Archer, a pioneer in what has to be one of the most unusual art techniques in the world today. He's painting with what he calls a lightning brush. A lightning brush is just what it sounds like, a brush or rod that spits lightning or electricity. Painting with 1,000,000 volts of electricity could cause an artist to burn out at an early age. So, for safety reasons, the brush has to be 8 feet long. This is a Tesla coil. and it can generate 1 million volts of electricity off just a regular house current. This electricity is then funneled through the lightning brush, and what comes out the other end is pure genius. To start the process, a piece of glass is placed on top of the Tesla coil. Then, acrylic paint is applied to the flat surface of the glass. And then... this pattern, created by the electricity, is known as Lichtenberg fire. And this is the pattern lightning burns in the glass around an object it has just struck. Occasionally, Dave burns a little alcohol on the surface to break up an area of paint. The patterned paint is then placed under heat lamps to dry. After he's looked at it for a while, Dave will get an idea of what he wants to add from there. And the rest of the work is done by hand. That's where the genius part comes in. The reverse painting on glass that Dave does is one of the oldest and least known techniques of painting. It's been a European folk art for hundreds of years, and only recently has enjoyed a revival in America. All the painting is done inside out and backwards, layer upon layer. If Dave makes a mistake, he can't go back and change it. So each work requires perfect planning and total concentration.
To me, it's an oriental way of painting. You contemplate, and then you make your statement, you make your move, and that's it.
The finished paintings sell for between $500 and $4,800. But Dave Archer, with his space-age techniques, has not only revived the art, he's carried it a step further. And people like Dr. Werner von Braun, Mark Hamill, Howard Hessman, and Hoyt Axton, among many others who've purchased his works, seem to agree. You feel as though you're peering into the future through a warp in time.
What I'm trying to do in my work is draw light out of the darkness and then have that light lifting. The paintings that you see of mine do not represent particular planets or star systems. It's as much inner space as it is outer space.
Now here's Jack Smith, and You Asked For It.
Here right on cue for his television debut is the human pool table himself, Harry Otto. The hard way, Harry. I want to tell you that was swell, and you to come out from Kansas City to answer this request. And Mrs. Laurence there, I'll say that you didn't have a snooker. We're glad that you asked for it.